button.
We don't deserve to hit the button.
We deserve to hit the button if the button is our immediate execution.
Dude, was the button left in Charlotte?
Hello.
Four-pack, baby.
Welcome to Shrimp Hours number 84. Coming at you for the week of the 2024 Daytona 500. A day late because everything was pushed back a day because it rains in Florida. Who'd have thought? All right. I'm drive-through. I'm here. Slap's here. Rusty's here. Caleb's back.
Unfortunately.
NASCAR is back. And it sucks.
NASCAR sucks. Country Western is rubbish.
Does it not,
Rusty,
Rusty?
I don't want to hear anything from you. You're dressed up. You're a traitor. You are a class traitor.
Rusty is wearing a Ferrari
Mr. Bougie
team
man
uniform.
over here. Pasta
Hey, all right,
La
miss.
Vista, motherfuckers.
If William Byron is Mr. Lego, you're Mr. Netflix, dude. You are the fakest
What?
F1 fan
What?
I've
No.
ever seen.
What?
Rusty became an F1 fan quicker than Caleb became a fucking Ryan Blaney fan.
Don't you ever put that on me. I have the shirt, the hat, the die. I am wearing a Bubba Wallace shirt right now. Hold on.
It's a 2023 on it. You're not helping.
Like, don't you ever. I wake up with this. I want to show you. I wake up with this man. This man is the first thing I see every morning. I'm laying down.
Kinda gay.
Sleeping, right here, every night.
That is the Jacob Gift fan art. Right next
First
to
thing
your
I see.
face. Okay, let's quickly recap the Daytona race weekend. On Friday, we had Trucks and Arca. They wrecked a lot. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we had Cup and Xfinity. Didn't wreck as much, but they didn't finish any of the races.
Can we move on? I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Can we just talk about how like the races that are shorter shouldn't have like as many stage breaks as like the Cup Series? Like we race like half the distance, but we still have 2 stage cautions. So it's like
Crazy.
oh, we get to race for a dozen laps, then a big one happens. It takes us forever to clean it up, and then we get another 3 laps stage caution. Like we're not racing, we're pacing at that point. Like NASCAR, stop being afraid of your product. Let the dudes race. You absolute troglodyte morons.
Okay, here we go.
The Truck Series already sucks. They are making it worse by giving us more stage breaks. to bump
Crazy
a
fucking
bunch of
thought.
them out.
How about we just don't have cautions for any stages? How about we just let them race? The 500 first stage, we had crazy fuel strategy going, but it doesn't matter because we have a fucking planned caution that everybody knows about 5 months in advance to strategize for. I mean, what did y'all notice? Like, I know it's been a thing for a few years now. Like, this is nothing new, but it was just crazy to me during the truck race for stage 2. Like, they literally restarted the stage. Like, they took the green flag in stage 2 on like lap 10 of like 25. It's like we wasted half the fucking stage pacing to
Each
let
stage
everybody
break,
pit.
they pace like 8 laps.
That's not what cautions are for. The cautions aren't to let everybody fucking pit. The cautions are to clean up your shit and go back racing. And we like, oh, but we got to be fair. No, if you're in the back, fuck you.
Yeah, they did that same shit at Martinsville in the spring race where me and Trace went. There was like one wreck, like the whole race. It was BJ McLeod. He spun out, got it going again, didn't hit anything. Nobody hit him. No debris on the track. They fucking paced around for 6 laps because we got to shut down pit road. We got to reopen it. Let everybody pit. Do whatever they want to fucking do, and then we can go back racing. It's like no, that is to simply get the track clean, make sure everything's good, and then you throw the green flag. If that's not enough time to pit, too fucking bad. Nobody else gets to pit either.
Based.
And then
Shorter
because
cautions.
the way the first stage caution fell in the Daytona 500, we had literally the entire lead pack going 170 miles an hour at 60% throttle, and AJ Allmendinger, who was by himself, was catching them at 3 seconds a lap. Going 181 miles an hour by himself. That should never happen. That should immediately be like everybody in NASCAR HQ and fucking Charlotte should be tearing their hair out of their fucking skull, wondering how the fuck they created a system that could have given us that.
It was pretty funny. The collective Twitter meltdown when Fox brought the speed thing up and the dude
brought the speed
middle of the
up.
pack and it says 175 down the back and everyone's like, wait, what? Like, we know they look slow, but 175? Like, that's not racing.
Without spoiling
terrible.
too much later in the show, I did appreciate Cozy's message because just a little spoiler alert, we did a little iRacing this week, but
Ooh.
Cozy dropped in the chat. He was like, shout out to Caleb's bottom split Daytona 500 for going faster than the cup cars are right now, like around Daytona. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, NASCAR sucks. All right, let's look at some paint schemes. Also, it's next week we're going to another plate track because that makes sense. Here's some
I'll
paint
be
schemes.
there. I'm so ready.
Martin Truex Jr. They cut this little Camry thing out of the grill on the Gibbs cars, which I originally thought was kind of dumb, but actually on track it looks pretty good. In this photo it actually does look kind of clunky though. I don't know. Just the way they cut the orange around the hood. It's like,
yeah, I think what it is how like the features of the Camry are so sharp that you have like a really round shape on the front of it that just doesn't go together with how the front end of the car should look at all. And it's also it's weird.
Yeah. I feel like this might be one of the worst Martin Truex primaries of recent memory. It's weird.
Yeah.
When he had the black numbers in like 2020, that sucked.
Yeah, 2020.
You know, it's not weird. Tyler Reddick, nasty beast. I talked last week. I said, we hadn't seen the car yet, but it was gonna look good. Guess what? I called it. Ooh, look at the exhaust flame in this photo.
Oh.
Yeah, car's a banger. It's the monster thing with a little bit of yellow. It's got the, nasty beast. Don't drink the drink, but good looking car. Shout out to Tyler Reddick.
Is that the best looking monster NASCAR paint scheme?
No, his regular monster one I think is better than this one. His regular beast car, I should say. Better than the T1. Just real quick, they updated the Brandon Jones Menards cars this year, and I think they're some of the best Menards ones ever, where they just put a big ass logo, like the hood logo literally goes out of the sort of traditional color blocking, and they colored the front and they changed the swoosh to the sort of classic Menards one versus the little weirdo one that he ran last year. I think it's great.
Look at those contigs on the quarter panel though.
Yeah, they do put every single brand on the.
I impulsively bought a 164, the last year car, and it's the same way where it's just fucking like tons.
Yeah, but look at how much worse
contigs.
that swoosh looks.
Oh yeah, look the hood, like it doesn't pop at all. Like it's just.
Versus you look at this one and the hood pops better,
Yeah.
and the swoosh is
way
way
better.
My favorite paint scheme of the season so far has got to be this Jordan Anderson 32 car. This thing just is sick. There's something like classic about it. Maybe it's the red and the white and the sort of pinstripey look to it, or just the big color blocking, but they've got this little like graphic effect going on in the red. I think this is sick, and he got a top 5 in this car, which is really cool. And it works really well with the yellow roof numbers that they've been running at JR.
I might be stupid, but the nose looks like it's kicked out a little bit, like the lower half of it. I'm just noticing.
That's just the Super Speedway Xfinity nose.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm stupid.
It's always been like that.
Yeah, I've never. noticed.
They changed it 2018 to prevent like locking bumpers and bump drafting.
They just kind of have like a fatter underside of the bumper. One car I'd like to shout out because it didn't get much broadcast time because it crashed on lap 5. But Daniel Suarez was in a Colleague 14 for Wendy's. And what I kind of love about this car is there is nothing on it that says Wendy's until you get to like the roof and the deck lid. But it's just got a big Wendy's logo on the hood and just the hair going down the side. I think it's kind of sick. I know I'm one for big logos on cars, but there's something to be said about like just a cool concept executed well, in my opinion. I don't know. What do y'all think? Could it do with a Wendy's logo?
I mean, it definitely like pops on track because like even in like the pack and like the wide shots, you would see that, the red number 14 and like the blue, and like what the heck is that? And you saw like the big Wendy on the hood. It's like, oh, it's a Wendy's car.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like, it's like a better executed, like the kind of thing that the Bubba Wallace McDonald's cars have done in years past, where it's like the logo is so recognizable that you don't need the like text on the side. Like it's just it's recognizable.
I think it's sick. Shout out to Jennifer Jo Cobb. I don't know if she made the race. I don't think she did. I literally, the only point I have to make about this truck is the Chevrolet logo that's supposed to go on these supports sort of behind the truck cab. She just stuck one on the nose.
Oh my god.
Which, like, they don't even put Silverado logos there anymore, so I don't know how that got there, but I figured you'd get a kick out of that, Caleb. Just random logo placement.
So stupid.
The front of that truck, literally the entire thing itself is making me question some things.
You got to lose any NASCAR license, any type of affiliation with the sport.
That is true. Like, I feel like if you put out like too many shitter paint schemes, like if you put the fucking C-pillar decal on the nose, they just need to fucking take your hard card on site. Like, get out.
It's just bizarre.
When they flip the headlights upside down the wrong way, you know?
Yeah, it's so weird to me because, like, you just don't put a logo there. No one else puts a logo there, and someone made the decision. They're like, I got this Chevy sticker. It goes there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's about how it goes. So.
I would also like to drown every single Ford Dark Horse Mustang for not having the blue oval on the front anywhere.
Yeah, they just look.
I mean, it just looks so empty. It just looks like they're all like half done.
It looks even worse on the Xfinity car. They had some reverse shots of Riley Herbst in the '98, and I think mostly because they put the new stickers on the old car. I put a tweet out about this, where like it just looks like there's no stickers on the front of this Mustang because it's got the dark horse. It just looks like there's nothing there. It doesn't even look like there's headlight stickers on it.
It's really hit or miss. I feel like with the dark horse, like I'm putting some images in general, like right now, but like on black based cars, like it looks really good because it just blends in with the rest of the base. But on like cars that
you
are
can't
like color,
see the nonsense.
yeah, like the Penske cars, like that's a banger. Like that's hot. The 6 car
Castrol
with the dark horse.
Yeah, it's because it's already black.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like you look at the Josh Berry car, and you can tell it's supposed to be like a color right there, and it's just blacked out for no reason. It looks stupid. Like all the Penske cars fall under that same clause where like Joey Logano looks terrible, Blaney looks terrible.
Yeah, the bright yellow cars looked really bad with the it's just sort of black fake plastic cladding. I don't know who asked for that. I'll show you something else that no one asked for, but everyone loved. Thomas Annunziata, who apparently runs road course stuff. He runs MX-5s and like Trans Am and stuff. Made his first ARCA start at Daytona and ran this mellow yellow Days of Thunder throwback thing, and it's gorgeous. It's sick.
How petty, man.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, it just pops on track. It's just an instant fan favorite. They did a great job. They did the logo and everything, and it's bright and it's sick. And he got like a top 5, I think. So, shout out. Just a cool random market car. I think that's all from last week. I've got one car that was announced about an hour ago. Bubba Wallace, Money Lion. They announced it on his podcast, whatever the hell it is, or Freddie's podcast, because Bubba was on it. And they specifically say on the podcast, I think this is what the kids call drip. And I'm afraid to let them know this is horrible. This is one of the biggest drowns we've ever seen.
Is that the Money Lion logo? Or
last
is that like
year,
I was about to say,
oh my god.
Last year they had the sick Blackbeard one, which, okay, they put a thinner number outline on it and it lost a few points there, but, you know, sick design. And then this year they have thrown the design out of the window and it's a test car. That is a testing automobile.
This has the same vibes as like his DoorDash game from a few years ago, where like the first year they put out a shitter and then the second year it got like pretty good, and then the third year it just got even fucking worse than the first year.
Yeah.
Like tell me what 2022 Bubba Wallace's Money Lion car looked like. Like you don't know. You have no clue. It's just forgettable.
I remember Kurt Busch had the Money Lion McDonald's like half and half paint scheme. It looked like it was spun out of hell.
Oh yeah, we talked about that one. That one sucked. I don't know if Bubba ran a Money Lion car.
The Vegas car that he killed Larson in was Money Lion.
That's great sponsor recognition right there.
Oh, okay. This is actually not bad. This is clearly Blackbeard. Hold on, let me pull it up.
The Bubba one's worse because the black numbers on it.
Yeah, this was his 2022 car, which is pretty good. Kurt Busch ran sort of like an opposite version of it, but
I'm sorry, that was Ty Gibbs.
I kind of like it.
It's just forgettable. It's not bad.
There's clearly some Blackbeard mask stuff going on, and then the next year it got better.
That's
admittedly, it got a lot better with the gradient. And then what happened?
Womp womp.
Why is the Moneyline logo falling off the side of the car?
This isn't even the 23XI wrap installers. Like, we can't blame them. This is on a render.
That's because the Moneyline logo looks like a melting bowling ball or something.
They didn't even angle the number with the car line, dude. What is this?
There was also...
I got a tweet about this because I put out a positive tweet about the 23XI design team.
They immediately fucked.
And like, hold on, yeah, actually, let me talk some shit. Cause they just immediately, yeah, cause I put out a thing where I was like, dude, you know, they've been putting out good paint schemes. The 45 has been gorgeous.
Car on the beach. Oh,
they put out even the like some of the later Jordan ones were sick. Just the straight up, the Beast Reddit car. I cannot wait to see this on the new body. It's going to be gorgeous. Even the Bubba Wallace Clash car, the Columbia thing with the topographical lines. I like it.
Botch job.
Okay, you look like a botch job. Anyway.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We also had a paint scheme apparently released like 30 minutes ago. Zane Smith's car for Atlanta, which is not too important because
that's why like I saw it. I didn't talk about it. It's just car.
The only thing I want to talk about on this car is
bad.
the 71 looks a lot better than I thought it would. Like, the number font, they did a good job on it. And I just wanted to
I agree.
tell Kyle Sykes if he's listening, which he's definitely
not.
that he did a good job.
No one of note listens to this program. That's
fuck you,
just
viewers.
Guarantee it. Yeah, you're not interesting. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
Hold on. Where did that?
You're not that guy, buddy.
They keep, oh god damn it. They've only put it out in a video. They haven't put out a picture of this car. I hate it when teams do that. They just put out like a social video of their paint scheme and they don't have a single like actual photo. And I really don't want to retweet this video and make people watch the video. I guess I can just post the car.
Oh, the Moneyline one? Yeah, I would never have seen that if you hadn't caught it.
Yeah, because they put it in like a 15-second social video, and the car is on screen for about 1 second, like 13 seconds into the video. I mean, I wouldn't want to show it off either. But yeah, that's all I've got for Dripper Drown. We'll see what we got next week. All right, I guess. Where do we want to go from here? We have many options. Do y'all want to talk about
an outline ready?
Kind of.
We do have an outline. It's very clear. It's Animal Planet.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of want to talk about their iRacing escapades.
We can do that in Animal Planet because it was the land of animals.
Just do media check and fuck it.
No, kill yourself. Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, that came out slap. I didn't mean that.
Caleb, you knew that I dragged you for that all weekend, being toxic, and there you go, being toxic.
Caleb go one podcast without telling someone to kill themselves. We made it 18 minutes.
No. I was possessed.
Yes.
I was possessed. I did not say that. I didn't say that. Don't.
All right. Anyway,
try that in a court of law, Caleb.
Can we talk about your Rusty especially? Can we talk about your iRacing addiction?
Yeah.
In the past week, how many Daytona 500s did you run?
We officially ran 6 Daytona 500s.
Jesus Christ! Full length, people. Full length Daytona 500s.
Yeah.
2 of them he didn't finish, but that's not here nor there.
At least entered for what? That's 3,000 miles of Daytona in like 5 days.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I was so hopeful at the start. I like helped Rusty. I was spotting like the whole first race, and then Caleb fucked the first one halfway through. And then the second race I spotted all the way through, and then biffed it at the end. And then the third race, Rusty biffed it at the end again. And then at that point, I just gave up, and he just kept running them on his own.
I don't understand why there's so much negativity and toxicity around our efforts, because we're pretty much the Dale Earnhardt of the iRacing Daytona 500. I've been up front, dominating, leading laps, being right there at the finish, and then things just happen. Maybe in our control, maybe not, but we have been in contention, and we should have had 3 championships to our name this week, but we'll have to get the job done this week at Atlanta.
God damn. Rusty, tell us what's it like? What do you crave so much when you finish the race and you just like have to go in and get in the next split and just start pacing around with the animals again?
Something deep down inside was unlocked during these Daytona 500s. You don't get that feeling when you run these little 35 lap sprints or even during like a league race. Like, sure, that can be fun. That's cute. But there's something about signing up for a 100% length race. You get out there with a full field, and maybe Caleb can speak to this a little bit better. But when you start to like big dick these nerds a little bit, like they're all going like they're going half throttle like the guys in real life. Like I'm just here just like hanging out, having fun. But when you take it to the high side and you go to the front, dude. There's something about it where you're just like,
you are a man among boys,
dude. I'm telling you.
I think it.
I could see the air. It was, dude. I'm telling you, it was so cool, so cool.
I think it was what level split we're in, because like Rusty and I's iRating for like most of Daytona week was like we're like 1 split from the bottom, so these people are just like stupid. He's right. Like I genuinely thought it was going to be like the Moon Car 24, where like I got in there and like 5 laps in was like, this is boring. Like I wish I was doing like anything else right now. But I got to say, so I did 1 attempt because Rusty begged me to do 1 attempt. So I did 1 attempt and we got like 60 laps into it. I got fucking murdered. And my
just reared to hell immediately.
Dude, this guy, I was engineering this like run over the radio. I was like, dude, you gotta like lay it into me. Like I was like lifting and get like break the bubble so we can go faster here. Leaders are catching us. I got fucking the Michael Cozy Jr. on the spotter stand, and he's like, these dudes like suck. Like you gotta whip your dick out on them here. And I'll tell you, I saw the dude coming, and like I posted a video of it on my Twitter. I knew it happened before it happened, where like I react to it. I see him like misaligned, like just coming full speed. And I'm just like, fuck. He just right hooks me into oblivion. I hit the outside wall, die. And the entire rest of the night, like I thought I was going to be like upset because it was like, damn, I wasted all that time. But like my first reaction was like, re-rack them and stack them, baby. Like I'm ready to go 500 more miles. Oh, don't show this.
I'm not giving you audio, but I just want to see this guy just absolutely
murders me.
Just deceased.
Dead. And
like, there was no attempt to push. That was just targeted assassination.
My favorite thing too,
that was a federal agent sent to kill you.
Cozy over the radio, because we had been like hoping for a caution because my pedals had like a glitch where like I was fully to the floor and it just went half throttle because like there's something in the sensor or something. So I was hoping I would get a caution, be able to clean it out and then like go. So Cozy was like talking to me about like hopefully we get a caution here or something. And I get like hooked and I'm not even like done spinning yet. And he's like, well, there's your caution. And I'm like, God damn it. Like I was just fuck.
Cozy got to experience this
on the bright side of life.
He got to experience the same thing that I did, going from spotting Cozy to watching Rusty and just
no.
I'm not comparing you to Cozy. I'm just saying like the racing in the Coke series when they're all leaning on each other. They know how to like back off, push the guy, lock together, swap pushers, and just fly. Like I think Cozy said at one point in practice they had 215 miles an hour.
Yep, dude,
going down the back stretch. And in the Coke race they were like consistently going like 206 at the end of the straight. And then we go to Rusty's race.
Yeah, you watch me and Caleb. We're putting around there going.
They're doing 185. like literally everyone foot to the floor. Like they're doing their best, and they're going 185.
The last night. So while I was doing my 500, we were watching Daniel Falkingham's view of Blake's race, and they are just fucking like bam, just like killing each other, and they're like fine. And the thing, like our split. like you try to get near some, like you go 3 wide and the entire pack just gets off the throttle. Like they just get out of, because they don't know how to fucking control the car. Whereas like the top split guys, like they have it down to a science where they're beating the shit out of each other, going 4 wide at all times. They're going so much faster. Like their reaction times, like, dude, they'll get like a checkup. And like fucking, like I said during my stream, is like Malik Ray will be like on Twitter driving with his feet just like wham, 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 wham. And like me and Rusty in our splits, like it's a struggle to like get past like 195. It's incredible.
And you go, you push a guy in the line and they get pissed in like the Rusty Caleb
That's
splits.
my
They're like,
favorite.
"Oh, why are you pushing me, dude? Stop pushing me." Oh, there was one guy in Rusty's race, one of the first ones. They are literally the lead pack. They are leading the race. There's like 12 cars in the pack. Rusty goes to the outside. He's making moves around the top, and the guy comes on the mic. He's like, "Hey, stop going too wide. We go slower if you go too wide. We'll be faster if you stick in a line." Like, my brother in Christ, you are the lead pack. Like, who are you trying to catch? It's just backwards. But certainly an experience, and the fact that we get that leading into another week of just Atlanta, which is
baby.
it's more Daytona. You're still pushing, you're still all over each other, but it's even thinner. There's less space, and there's more nonsense in the quad oval.
Me and Rusty this week in NIS, like we might be Dale Jr. and Michael Waltrip, like prime DEI in bottom split. Like,
is that what he calls it?
We're gonna be on the front row, clogging up both lanes, just talking shit.
Dude. That's my favorite thing too. Is like you'd think in like these bottom splits that these dudes like don't take it seriously, like they're just like here for a good time. No, dude, like everybody thinks they're like prime Dale Earnhardt at Daytona. Like you like make one wrong move and he's like, "Man, you're a fucking idiot," over the radio or something. And like you gotta pipe up and remind them who they are. Because I'm like, dude, that's what I did last night. Because after I got wrecked out on my 500, we did a bunch of Daytona races. I whipped my dick out on the field. And
You did win 2 in a row. That was kind of nuts.
2 in a row, and I would have won the third. But
can we tell this story? Can we talk about like?
No, I'm gonna get into it here in a second, but I do just want to say real fast, like when these guys pipe up over the radio, if any of you listening right now are in these bottom split races, then you got to remind these people that they're in B fixed at 2 a.m. and they need to rethink their life decisions before they pipe up at me for racing in an iRacing race.
Dude, there was one caution in a B fixed race when Caleb didn't know if he was supposed to like wait for the pace car or catch up to it. Mm-hmm. And one guy got so pissed that he had to wait an extra like 10 seconds in line that he spent the rest of the race just queuing up being like, "This Caleb guy's stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing under caution. He held me up and ruined my race." Whatever. Do you want to tell this story?
I can. So one thing about me is if I'm a big like reciprocator of energy. So if you're gonna give me some fuck ass shit in the voice chat, then I'm gonna come back at you like 1,000%. So this guy is like pissed at me for like
to unalive yourself,
dude. Literally like for like it was like I didn't say anything at first because I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I fucked up, sure. He was like doing this for like 5 minutes, like still bitching. And I came over the radio at one point and I was like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like literally shut up.
Like they're under green. It's been like 5 laps. Everyone's moved on, but not this guy.
Yeah. And we were like trying to race and have fun at the front of the pack. So now everybody around me too is also tired of hearing this guy. So I tell this dude to shut the fuck up. And they're like, yeah, dude, like literally like stop. Like it's okay. Like you're okay. But I started getting like passive aggressive with it too, where I was like, dude, like you're all the way in the fucking back right now. Like I'm not trying to hear your shit. Like shut up. And he just like it kept riling him up, and he was like, well, maybe if I would have been up at the front had you like, caught up with a pace car like you're supposed to. I'm not gonna lie, I took it a little far because I started. He sounded like a real boomer. So I was like, dude, like stop yelling at me and go take it out on your fucking family later. Like I'm not trying to hear it, bro. And he got pissed. He was like, what do you know about my family, huh? Like you're a little kid, like you ain't talking shit, like shut up. And literally like again, like this has been going on for so long that literally like everybody's tired of it. They're like, shut up. Like shut up. This
and
happens
then you
for like
lap the guy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, is like 10 laps later, like this keeps happening. Like I've stopped responding at this point because he's just like bitching in his own thing. But he's a lap car that's coming up. I'm afraid he's gonna wreck me, so I just get behind the leader and like we like push past him. And keep in mind, like if I was by myself, I wouldn't have said anything. But when I got like all the shrimps around me and they're just like feeding into my intrusive thoughts,
Oh, no.
then yeah, like I queued up over the radio. I was like, "Bye, Derek," like because I was in the lead pack and he was getting a lap down by us, and he got pissed again. And even the guy in front of me was like, "That's a low blow, man. Like that's fucked up. Like why would you say that?" But the entire thing is a boiling point because we lapped him with like 3 laps to go. And this guy is just seeing red at this point. Like he is pissed. Like all he wants to do is ruin my race. And I know this. So I go to make my move to win the race. And so we're lined up on
He caught the draft after getting
Yeah,
a
so
lap.
as a lap car, yeah, he got back in the draft.
You know what? With diecast, I'll reenact what happens here because I think we were in the Xfinity cars. So I'll get my fucking Xfinity cars lined up here. We'll show you what happens. So
Caleb was P2 behind the leader. And then this lap car, you know, who they were talking shit the whole race, catches back up and on the white flag lap as a lap car jumps past Caleb and gets in line right behind the leader. So then it's the leader, the lap bastard, and then Caleb. And so coming off at 2, Caleb just gasses it and just shoves the lap car through the leader and takes them both out. And then almost won the race, but lost it coming the line to like the 4th and 5th guys.
Yeah.
But the best part about it is that the leader was pissed at the lap car, which is kind of fair because, like, what are you doing as a lap car trying to get up in the business? But it was only because he was so like just boiled over with anger for Caleb that it ended up taking out the leader. And the leader, instead of being mad at Caleb for taking out the lap car, was like, "Lap car, like you've been talking all race, like you're so mad at him, but it takes me out. Like I don't want to hear it." And dude, Derek kept going, just after the race, over and over, like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just wrecked me. I was just trying to like, you know, get in his way. And the leader's like, and they end up going at each other, which Caleb can finally sit back and just enjoy the chaos that's been caused.
Dude, literally might be the greatest iRacing moment that's ever happened on the platform. Because the dude that was the leader was the same guy that was like that's fucked up, bro. Like he was a little apprehensive about it at first, but then once I kill the lap car, because I fucking murdered this lap car, kills the leader. Like I think the thing that solidified it was I was like, because he was bitching. He was like, well, Caleb took me the fuck out. I was like, dude, you're a lap car and it's the final lap of the race. Like you shouldn't even be up here for me to take out. And this guy was like, yep, that's all I need to hear, and just fucking went into him. And like, there is nothing more satisfying. I called it iRacing psychological warfare because it was the most satisfying thing that I think I've ever accomplished, was turning the entire group, like everybody in this lead pack. I turned all of them against this one guy just because he was pissed at me for holding him up on one caution. I think I ruined his night, and I might have ruined his next night too. So, but thank you, Derek, for allowing me.
You saved his family because he took it out on you instead of them. So
the best thing was too was the night after. So me and Rusty started ripping Atlanta races, and we were in different splits. And Derek was in Rusty's Atlanta split. So I said, I was like, Rusty, like queue up and tell him like Caleb says hello. And Rusty queues up over the radio and he says, hey, Derek, my buddy Caleb wants to know how your wife is doing. And Derek just gets like all the memories like flooded. He gets re-spooled up. He's just like, man, I fucking hate that kid. Like that kid's a fucking moron, dude. It was so good. Derek is like a kill on sight. Like if I see him, like it's on sight for Derek. Like I'm fucking like, how's your wife doing, Derek? And he'll get spooled up. He's like, man, fuck you.
Dude, he got so pissed he pulled the gay card later on too. It's just like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was
playbook.
Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, like, what is this guy, your boyfriend? And I was like, I forget what I said, but I was like, that's like harsh and homophobic or something. He was like, yeah, I knew you're one of them leftards or something like that. And I was like, yeah, Derek, have a good night.
Got him. Easy Raz.
He's Raz.
It was top tier gaslighting. Caleb was going for 3 straight plate wins, and he just totally had this guy just under.
We didn't even talk about the second the truck race. I
He
have
just
this dude-
killed the field
This
on the
dude,
last
this dude was
lap.
pushing me the entire race. I was gonna push him to the win. Cozy over the radio, like in our Discord call, he's like, Caleb, if you don't fucking kill this dude. And I was like, okay. Hooked him,
right rear him on the
reared him
backstretch.
into the-
Whole pack explodes except for Caleb.
Dude.
Yeah, like Alex
thing
behind,
was-
except worse, just murders them.
Dude, yeah. But the thing was too, is because it's like it was us two on the inside, and then the entire outside lane was like trained up. So I just sent him up into the train. The entire train just fucking imploded, and I got by all of it. That might have been my magnum opus, is those 3 Daytona races where I was literally going to cope off those 3 races. So much fun.
And that's all off the energy we got from running those Daytona 500 races. Like
Yeah.
that, and you asked why we're addicted, dude. There's no better feeling.
I'm sure in like a week, like we'll like be iRacing'd out, but like for right now,
yeah.
like this Atlanta week, Rusty, I think we literally might take the NIS points lead. Like, like there's no way.
I gotta say, Rusty's I rating has gone up a good bit over Daytona.
He's almost at
week.
2,000.
Dude, it's gone up like 500. It went up 500.
Because he was like managing his shit and just rolling off top 10s and top 5s, even if he didn't win any. It was not a bad run. Do we have anything else for Animal Planet this week?
I saw turkeys en route.
Slap did see turkeys en route and sent it to the group chat, and then hold on. I can
And
bring it up
ducks.
again.
And chickens.
And ducks. You should post these publicly on Twitter. Is that bad? Is UPS gonna get pissed?
No.
There we go. Slaps fucking.
Dude, it's wild to
UPS
see the
Animal
truck
Planet.
out there, in the middle of nowhere.
Animal Planet. Turkey. And not just one turkey.
Just a fucking turkey.
Tons of turkeys and chickens. Oh, he did the thing. Nice. And ducks. Black ducks.
Mm.
I guess they associate humans with food because they all came running over here the moment I pulled up. Sorry, buddies, I ain't got nothing for you.
I love these. It
I've
is
never
kind of
seen,
funny.
like, jet black ducks like that before. I don't even know what like species those are.
Like Rusty mentioned, it's kind of funny to see the UPS truck in the middle of nowhere. Like, I associate that so much with an
Yeah,
urban
dude.
setting, like just the delivery truck. But you're just in the middle of a farm, like just
Like dude, I was
Bumfuck,
like
South
out in the
Carolina.
boonies too. I was like 20 minutes outside of town, just like going to like random people's houses, and like some of those people like literally did live on a farm. You gotta go down like this dirt road and then go to their like front door and all that. That dude, you couldn't really see it in the video, but he had like this massive like gravel lot where you could turn around and everything. And you could clearly see it from the road. So I just went all the way down there, did a 3-point turn, parked it, and yeah, it is kind of weird just seeing like a big UPS truck just
yeah.
nothing but pine trees and turkeys and just little gobblers running around.
Someone's got to deliver the turkeys.
Mm.
All right. I'm gonna make the executive decision. We're gonna roll into some media check-ins since we've been talking about iRacing anyway. Do we have any other games to report on? We did some cooking game, but not a whole lot
little
last
bit.
week.
I'm still a complete shitter at Tarkov.
The problem with cooking game is like I'm trying to play a game with Ben and Caleb, and Ben is always like totally cool to play games after work, but then he's got the ball and chain. He's got to do Travis all night, every night, Mooncar admin, and then Caleb shows up at home at like 2 a.m. after working late.
Yeah.
After arresting the entire homeless population of Tennessee.
I'll fucking do it again.
Big cop energy.
Hold on.
You guys remember that video of like the climate change protesters in like Germany or whatever, and like the police come and like
The
break it up, and
penguins?
like out of nowhere comes this like Zoomer cop with like the Zoomer haircut and everything. I was like, that's Caleb right there. That's fucking
Dude,
Caleb, the Zoomer cop.
I was literally
Zoomers shouldn't
was-
be cops. They should know better.
I was about to say, I was talking to my boss about this today. I feel like if I was like one rank above where I am, like if I was allowed to be in street clothes, like on the floor of the target, like there is no way that you would know I'm fucking asset protect. Like there is absolutely no way. Like I would blend in with like normal shoppers so well. I feel like they're just like I would
He's
literally
just
be the
on his
greatest ever.
phone, like just being an idiot the whole time.
Literally.
Just
Like,
on Discord.
Yeah, some of
That is
those
the one-
asset protection dudes that are like in plain clothes, like they stick out like a sore thumb because it's always like some dude like
My
kind of
boss
good
is
shape.
one of them.
Just
Got a
looks
good
like
shape,
a cop.
nice haircut. You can tell he's like
Yes!
not shopping or
Yes!
anything. Like we need more people like Caleb. They just look like bums, like idiots, just running around.
Yes! Dude, I'm telling, like, my boss is one of those guys where he's got like just like really professional haircut. He's like built, like he's fucking like a dude, like former football player. Like he's
Yeah.
like he is built, like he sticks out like a sore thumb. Like you said, like I feel like if I'm on the floor, like you're not looking at me, like you're just like without second thought, like I'm just like on my phone or something, like in the fucking Target. Like I look like I do that. I'm
What
just,
are like
I'm just
the
saying.
hotspot sections? Like, where's like the good spot to like camp out?
Like, are you talking like from my perspective or from the thieves' perspective?
Like what? Yeah, what are they always going for? What?
Yeah.
It
are they
depends. We
thieving?
have separate. So like right now, completely random, but we got, for some reason, everybody loves stealing fucking dog food right now. Like they are going after the dog food. I don't know what it is, but we've had like 3 different people just fucking on the dog food. They love
The
stealing that
dog.
shit.
The fuck?
Well, because the thing is, so it's not like the things you would think. Like electronics, like no one can go after electronics because we got that shit like on lockup. So it's like super hard to get.
Yeah.
Whereas like everything else is like just on the floor, like out and about. Like a team member is not going to see you with dog food and be like, holy shit, how'd you get that? It's just going to like let you roll on by type of thing. So, furniture is a big one. Another one that's like really
Furniture.
annoying. Yeah. Like
Well, they
chairs
just put
and,
it. They just put it like on a cart and just walk the fuck out with it.
like smaller furniture, like if you have like a little like stool or something like that, like they'll
Like an
fucking just,
ottoman?
yeah. Like the most common type of theft is because we got the self checkout, which for some reason I've noticed or I realized nationwide they're starting to restrict like the self checkouts. Like our hours are like cut on the self checkout where
Yep.
it's like we from like 11 to 7:30 we're not doing self checkout. Otherwise they have to go to the front, which is really weird.
Yep.
I don't know what.
They completely shut ours down, and it's like 10 items or less now if it's open.
The thing is
That's how it
the
should have been, but-
corporations, yeah, the corporations have realized that they can run the store on like less people and like a skeleton crew, so they've been cutting the hours, and because like you got to make your profit, so like every team member that's there just makes their life hell because they have to do like 3 people's jobs at one time,
Yeah.
which is really fucking annoying. But
Well, it's not that they got to make profits; they got to continuously make more profit than they did last quarter, and more profit and more profit. There always has to be more.
Shareholders
yeah.
got to eat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I wonder if it's like sustainable to have like infinite growth.
Welcome
For
to
all time.
capitalism, baby.
that's the thing, is it's not, Slappy. That's what we're about to get in here. And
You
discover.
mean to tell me that our system is going to hit a brick wall one day? That the capitalists, the rich fat cats, have been eating at the trough, knowing that the food was eventually going to run out? You mean to
thing
tell
that-
me they were that short-sighted? No.
The thing that is the
Not
like
short-sighted
so
if
funny
they
to
make
me,
money.
let me see. So they have like a big thing at the front of my store. I don't know how it is at every store, but they have this huge like display sign that's like, we donated like $1.2 million to like charities last year.
Oh, that's
or
just for the
something.
taxes.
Yeah. If you look up Target revenue in 2023, I don't know if it's out yet.
Well, also when they
Uh,
say like, "Oh, we donated," that's like when you can round shit up to like the
Are you
nearest
ready?
dollar.
In 2023, Target made $109 billion. Not just like sold that amount of stuff. Profit made $109
That was after
Jesus
they paid
Billion.
everybody.
dollars.
We got to fire more dudes.
If you ever like go to a store or whatever and they like ask if you want to round up your purchase or whatever or donate like a few dollars to some charity, that's just for their taxes every year. It's so they can take those tax breaks and not you because you didn't donate. They donated. Stupid.
Yep.
But
Really
they'll
dumb.
get you.
But yeah, no. Another big section is cosmetics. Bitches love bitches gender neutral. Love stealing the fucking cosmetics, just like
But they're
I'll-
overpriced slop, made overseas.
I'll
anyway.
literally I will literally walk and there'll just be a fucking like empty like makeup package on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this wasn't here 5 minutes ago. Like, what are y'all doing? Stop. Like it's like $5. Pay for it. Except don't. Like if you don't want to pay for it, I'm off the clock. I don't give a fuck. If you steal, go ahead. Go the fuck ahead.
I'm calling Target right now and sending them that
Dude,
clip.
Remember,
that's
if you see
like,
someone stealing, no, you didn't.
That's
Unless you're being
probably,
paid.
that's the thing about me. I'm probably the worst trainer ever because I'm like, I literally like one of my dudes was training with me 2 weeks ago. Real weirdo, by the way. But literally like I told him, I was like, dude, like we don't have to catch everything. Like this is a $1 billion, like multi-billion-dollar corporation. Like they're not gonna give a fuck about $30. Like who gives a fuck? Shut up. I probably shouldn't say that.
Some fights just aren't worth it. Like just let
Yeah,
it go.
no, you do your job well enough to get your paycheck and you move on with life.
Yep.
That's it. All right.
Yeah,
with
you're just
that,
doing what's in your economic best interest. You know, you do enough to not get fired, get the paycheck, and then go home. You know,
Yep.
if you do like a combat role, like Navy SEAL dive onto like some guy stealing like $40 worth of cosmetics,
that's
you know what they're gonna
cringe.
do? They're gonna give you a pat on the back, say good job, give you the same fucking paycheck than if you were just standing there just watching it happen.
Based. Speaking of based, Slap, do you have something to talk about this week?
I do have a crazy ass moment. This was one of the most lopsided wars in human history. It was over with in less than 24 hours. This is Operation Praying Mantis.
It's time for Slap's crazy ass moments in history.
Womp. All right, so it's 1987. The Iran-Iraq war has been raging for the last 7 years. It's still going to be ongoing. You know, just Saddam Hussein thought he could use the destabilization of the Iranian Revolution to just run in there, just do a quick land grab, get some shit, and just do a victory lap, solidify his place as the strong man of Iraq. It goes to complete shit. He gets mogged, it just gets quagmired down. He can't move one way or the other. Starting to lose some territory to the Iranians, and then he starts gaining a little bit of it back. The Iranians are kind of like, you know, they're at their wits' end. They don't know what they're going to do. So what they do is they start what was called the tanker war, where just any Iraqi or Kuwaiti tanker that went through international waters, through the Red Sea and all that, they were or went through the Persian Gulf. They would just attack it and like blow it up or whatever. And this gets the United States involved, because if there's one thing we care about more than oil, it is international shipping lanes. If there is like one thing that the entire world will always back the United States on, and that is the trading lanes will remain open. That is non-negotiable. You fuck with that, we will fucking find you. We will kick your door in. We will kill you. Go ask the Houthi rebels how that's going for them down in Yemen right now. Like, we take that shit very seriously. And so once the tanker war kicks off in 1987, we start Operation Earnest Will. And basically we say, we're going to send a strike group down there. We're going to have frigates, destroyers, we're going to have an aircraft carrier on deck, and they're going to basically be there escorting tankers going through the Persian Gulf to make sure the Iranians don't do anything fucking stupid anymore. And this is like, to just let you know how popular this is, like internationally, even the Soviet Union backed us on this. That was just like, they were, you know, because any Soviet ship that goes through the Suez Canal has to go down through there too. So they were obviously very interested in keeping this shipping lane open. Well, the Iranians decided to get cheeky. They're like, well, we're not going to attack a tanker, but we will find out the route they take, and we're going to mine that route. And U.S. frigate called the Samuel B. Roberts hits a mine, and it doesn't sink, but it takes a lot of damage. Some sailors are killed. And at this point, America is like, all right, gloves are off. You fucking troglodytes. We find out the mine. We find out the Iranians made it. We're looking up the. They didn't even change the serial number on it. It was not exactly a covert operation. The Samuel B. Roberts is basically lifted out of the Persian Gulf by like a gigantic barge thing. I think it was the first time they'd ever done this. DT, you got the picture of it getting lifted out of the water.
Oh yeah, I do. My bad.
Yeah, they basically like lift this thing out of the water, send it back home to get repaired.
I didn't even know you could do this.
Yeah, I think that was the first time they ever did it. It's pretty crazy.
They can stack them too. They got boats that can like stack boats. Like they got boats bigger than this. They could put under this. It's kind of crazy.
That's so crazy. I know we've talked about. I don't want to like go off too on a tangent here, but like imagine being in the middle of the fucking ocean for like 6 months and you just fucking blow up hitting a mine one day. You're just like, what the? Like I'm dead. Like I'm fucking dead.
But the Samuel B. Roberts gets hauled away, and at this point, the United States is like, all right, the Iranians, they got to pay. And we know they got some oil rigs in the area. We send in some Navy SEALs like in the dead of night to go like, frogman in there, swim under it, put like some C4 like on the struts and just blow it sky high. While all that's happening, the Iranians are sending out like their 2 frigates they have. I think one was called the Sahan or something like that, but it got blown up immediately by a U.S. Carrier group. Just went out there and just blew both of their frigates sky high. We basically took out half of their navy in like less than a day. We took out several aircraft that were trying to like, run some cover for their navy at the time. Took them out too. Blew up a bunch of oil rigs just to make a point, and then the Iranians never tried that shit again. And my buddy Nick, who I've gone to a bunch of NASCAR races with, his dad actually served on the Spruance, which was part of Ernest Will, and he had a story he told me where he just saw a bunch of dudes who were Navy SEALs like getting like strapped up ready to go on the Spruance, and he goes and talks to his superior about it. He's like, were those Navy SEALs? And his superior just said, you didn't see any Navy SEAls. So he's just like, oh yeah, shut the fuck up, that didn't happen. But we never saw anything like that. That oil rig blew up by itself actually.
Just spontaneous oil rig.
But that
explosion.
that was the one-day war. I don't know for certain, but that picture previously was actually taken by a Soviet warship that was in the area. And the U.S. strike group, the carrier group, was like telling the Soviet ship, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck out of here. This is our job. And the Soviets just sent a simple reply back. We're just documenting the occasion. It's international waters. They were allowed to be there. But the U.S. was just like, why the fuck are you taking pictures of us? And like all the pictures that we had,
that shit, man.
Yeah, like all the pictures we have now have been like declassified and everything. But at the time, all the pictures that made it to like the front page of the New York Times, like the day after, all those were taken from the Soviet spy satellites, the ship that was there. They took all those pictures and they fucking published that shit like the next day. And so I guess the New York Times and a bunch of other people got access to that too. But I just thought it was funny. There was a Soviet warship just chilling there, just watching everything. They got actually pretty close to the action too. And the U.S. just didn't want to like risk an international incident, and they're like, "Can you please leave? You're gonna get friendly fired."
We're here to definitely not blow up these oil rigs.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me, like cycling back to the media check-in. I recently watched Deepwater Horizon. That shit was fucking intense when the fucking oil rig blows up and the dude's just like trapped in the fucking chamber. Like that's another thing. I feel like if I was in that situation, like I would just fucking jump from the oil well. Like there's no like I'm not dealing with that shit. Like that's terrible.
There's no will to survive when it comes down to that.
Dude, no.
All right. Thank you for submitting some crazy ass moments in history. Please keep them coming in because we love learning about them. and it gives Slap cool things to talk about. And speaking of sending it in, it's time to send them in.
Send in your fucking mail.
Wash your fucking hands, Slap.
Dude,
Never.
Send them
some
in.
guy
nice.
took a fat shit at the gym the other day and just went straight from stall into the gym. It's like, bro, I just saw you come out of the stall.
Where did this come from? Oh wait, wash your fucking
Washing
hands.
hands, yeah.
What? Some guy just went from like toilet to gym equipment, like no hand washing. Oh.
Yep.
This is how COVID started, dude.
I just got there. It's like, yeah, Rudy Gobert. He's like, yeah, just touching everything. Like,
I wish it was socially acceptable to just be like,
Shoot
dude,
people.
wash your hands. Like, what are you doing? Ugh. Yuck. All right. Well, if you take a shit and don't wash your hands, send us an email. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Also, we'll take any other questions, comments, concerns, or anything interesting. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Thank you. All right. We've got 8 emails tonight, which is, a good amount. I forgot to read one last week. It was called out on Rusty's stream. I literally completely skipped over Andrew R's email, which is a first, so that's my bad. So I'm gonna read that first. Actually, this is from last week. Andrew R says, "Good afternoon. I have concerns specifically with Toyota over the new Camry. My problem is that although the new Camry looks like it's cool, it is not. This car will be driven by sad old gits after they who, after they have a crash and go to hell, would still be oblivious to the world around them and will not realize that they've crashed. The Camry is for people who've given up on life. I was playing with the Toyota configurator, and it seems that
I drive a Camry.
Camry dents and tissue boxes come standard. It includes. I don't know if this must be a meme, but shout out to the Camry dent and the back tray tissue box. Rusty, do you have a tissue box in your car?
No, I'm not stupid.
Okay, you're just old.
Dude, we're going to the front.
Yeah, the Camry is not beating the old people allegations. Rusty drives one around.
Yeah.
Dude, I've owned it
They
for
got you there, man. They caught you in 4K.
Dude, I've owned it for like 12 years. Like,
Old.
This bothers me because I know that the 5-liter V8 will fit in the Camry because it's in the IS 500F, which is exactly the same car under the panels. Toyota could put the 5-liter V8 in the Camry and pitch it for $3,500 to steal Mustang's lunch, but they don't. Toyota are writing checks they refuse to catch.
Don't you
Andrew's
ever.
Pissed that they don't put a V8 in a Toyota sedan.
We should have talked about it on
Someone
Drip or
could do it.
Drown.
What?
Look in general, DT. I'm telling Andrew R to go fuck himself because that Camry is the greatest thing in existence, and drive-through proved why. That is literally the hottest automobile that has ever been created, ever.
I did make a Shrimp Hours paint scheme
Ever.
for Caleb NIS.
With the Monster Energy.
This was the car,
Series highlights.
Yeah, this is the car from earlier that I got fucking destroyed in. Thanks, Zane, if you're here.
I don't think they are.
I hope he's not. I hope he's not here.
Yeah, I took the stuff from the poster, like the little drawings that I did for that, and kind of splashed them all over the car. So on the rear end, you've got like Vienna sausage, wash hands, molasses explosion.
oh, I need that. I need that.
There's a missed opportunity to put the a certain license plate in the license plate area.
Oh, DT, please give me that.
Well, yeah, I can do that.
License. Yeah.
I'm putting it on the Camaro for Rusty, but we gotta put the website on there.
Plate.
People got to know where to go. It is kind of funny
literally-
seeing a cup car with an F1 car on it, all over it. But the new Camry is cute as hell. Look at that.
And everybody blew up that the Toyotas didn't qualify well. They literally had, I think it was like 6 cars in the top 10 at the finish of the 500, which I know like a bunch of them got wrecked the fuck out.
They swept the qualifying races. Like it doesn't
Literally.
matter how you qualify.
they won
it just
the duel.
matters like, how
No.
you race.
Abba was there. I think Eric Jones finished top 10. Let me see. John Hunter Nemechek finished top 10. Okay, I guess only 5, but
Yeah,
still,
but
I mean,
after the wreck, it was like kind of all Chevys left over because they took everyone else out.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Fords died.
Truex died and he
All at
finished
once.
15th.
It's true. All right. The first email comes in from Tussle Snow 24, who says, "This week, I'm wondering what types of color of binders did you use for a school subject?" Listen, man,
I feel exposed.
I hate to break it to you, but like, this is not a thing that you think of past the age of like 16. Like, this is like, we're adults. Like,
I don't
I'm
remember.
sorry.
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember.
Since I'm autistic, my binders were color coded.
Oh,
Yes,
so
they
do you
all
know
were.
what the color code was? I'd like to hear it.
I don't know what mine was.
Okay.
Blue math, green science.
No,
Yes,
Oh,
green
God.
science. Green
No.
science.
Yeah.
Science is blue for me.
Okay, so this kind of blows my mind because Tussle Snow 24 actually went on to say I used green for science. These are the only correct colors. Green for science, blue for math, orange and red
Hey.
for history, and white for English.
Hmm.
I just used to have a blue one and a black one, and whatever courses I needed binders for, I would just throw all the pages in there, and everything else I would just get rid of once I didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, I think I'm still very disorganized, so I would just throw all my shit in a giant black binder and then just like separate like through the classes because
yeah.
fuck having a separate binder.
And just as soon as the class is over, like the semester's done, it's just like pile of papers, recycling. You don't need it again. Listen, don't tell your parents, but you're not going to need them again. Don't keep them. There's literally no point.
I hate that this is topical advice for our listeners.
It's relatable, man.
Yeah. Listen. Actually, maybe
I know
listening to me is
somebody-
a bad idea.
I was about to say, I know somebody is in fucking science class right now listening to this podcast.
Just throw it all
Log
away.
off. Literally log off. Like, stop listening. Hit the pause
If your
button.
binder for science isn't green, you need to stop listening right now and reevaluate your life choices.
Pay attention to your teacher.
Don't waste your life like all of us did.
Yeah, this is
You'll
not
end
a,
up on a.
Yeah, you'll end up on Shrimp Hours.
Don't go to,
Presents.
This
don't
is
go
not
to
a good
college.
place to be.
Don't go to college. Go get a job at UPS.
Stop.
It
Give
is
up.
actually kind of smart to just go to UPS straight out of high school. Like you'll
Go
be
to
alright.
trade school and like make
There's-
$1 gajillion as a plumber.
There's nothing to be found. There's no higher society. Like you're just
Yep.
get a paycheck and just live your
You
life
spend
and play
you
video
spend a
games
shit
with
ton
your
of money
friends.
to hopefully get more money, and then half the time you don't have experience, so you can't get more money, and then you're stuck at a shitty job.
And then you
Follow
gotta
your
use the money
dreams.
to pay off the money
Yeah.
that you owe.
And
It's a
then
scam.
if you want to exist somewhere to make money, you have to spend money just to like be there and just exist. Anyway,
Follow your dreams.
the next email comes in from Jace. It says, "Howdy Shrimps. I write in on the Friday before the 500 with a prediction of a Byron win.
Oh
What?
no!
You know, he
This-
called it.
4 days ago. Sent in February 16th at 5 p.m.
He called it. Damn. Shout out Jace.
Holy shit.
We
So
might have
with
to
that
hunt this man down.
with that likely botch prediction out of the way, I respect it. Called your shot. My question for this week piggybacks off of a question a fellow emailer asked last week, which is how if you've ever been screwed over by something in sports other than losing a bet. My personal pick would have to be when the NFL decided 2 years ago to move the Super Bowl a week later than usual, taking the 500's old spot, as there's always a chance of the 500 being on my birthday, which never happened. And now that the Super Bowl's moved back a week, my birthday has been the day of and the day after the Super Bowl, which as a Panthers fan who quit caring about the game after 2015 just hurts. From Jace.
Understandable.
I've been screwed over by the NASCAR not bringing the trucks to Canada anymore. It's just stupid. But they did hint at something earlier this week.
North of the border or south of the border.
Mm.
They said
or
north
both.
and south of the border.
NASCAR fucked me. I was gonna tell a story if I was here. Oh yeah, sorry, out of context.
The
If I was here last week, I would have told the story, but my birthday is July 2nd. So I think it was the race that Jeff Gordon won in like the Pepsi $1 million car. My
2004.
dad was watching that race while I was born. Like I was being born and my dad was watching that race instead of being at my mother's side.
And that about sums up the parenting.
Yeah. So, anyways,
If you're wondering how Caleb came to become the human he is today, there's your answer.
But no, fucking. I used to look forward to my birthday every year because I would have the Daytona night race on like either my birthday or the day before my birthday, and it was always a banger. And then they fucking moved it to like August, and now like it's just the Chicago street course right now, and it was Road America before, which is like, granted, like fun races, good races, but it's not Daytona. It's not the fucking cup cars, fucking 40 going 215 miles per hour, flipping their dicks off, crashing like hell, photo finishes. I miss it. I wish Daytona was back. Nope, don't say it.
This is for better or for worse. If it wasn't for Road America, this podcast would not exist.
That is true.
For better or for worse. All right, the next email comes. This is Andrew R's actual email for this week. My bad on the last week. Andrew R says, "Good evening from a very, very wet Sydney. I've just returned from the Bathurst 12-hour and a day when it absolutely chucked it down. Yeah, it rained a shit ton.
Oh, yeah.
On Conrad
Back
Strait,
after
we
race.
had cars going 170 miles an hour in the rain. We had standing water on the track where cars were doing 140. Andrew says, I find it absolutely absurd that NASCAR still can't work out how to put rain tires on cars on an oval. If the ARCA and truck race proved, they're fine with tearing up equipment, which costs millions of dollars, so I don't see why this is an issue. I've worked with engineers in the automotive industry, and I can tell you that engineers are pretty cluey bastards. Give them a problem, and they'll give you 25 solutions, however impractical, within hours. Invent rain tires in NASCAR. I feel like this should be a problem solved by now. Thank you, from Andrew R. Thank you. I've been talking about this for literal years. It's because of Goodyear. Like, it's because NASCAR's partnered with one of the worst tire manufacturers on the planet. If you've ever tried to buy actual tires, you'll understand. Goodyear is just horrible. And it does not surprise me that they're the one dude who couldn't figure out how to make rain tires. There's
they are
literally
testing rain tires at Bristol, though.
Good. I don't know why we're doing it near 2024. But yeah, there's a clip from like 6 years ago of Myatt Snyder driving in the Euro Series on an oval in the wet, talking about how cool it is. It's not this foreign subject, and the worst part is all the Americans are brainwashed. Every time you try to talk about it on Twitter, they're like, I need the heat, too much banking, no tire wear. It's like, God, I don't know. It hurts me.
Like, it's not completely like NASCAR's fault. Like, I just like, I don't know. I'm part of I will admit I'm part of the brainwashed clan. Okay. Like I am fully part of the brainwashed, like, but like, if not Goodyear, like who would we go to? Like, in your perfect world, DT, who are we getting to make
Michelin.
tires for the Cubs? Michelin?
Yeah.
What motorsport series do they do right now?
IMSA? Rally stuff?
Does IMSA run like Daytona, like the fast part during like rain?
Yep.
Okay. Then maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm just dumb.
If it rains in the Daytona 24, they still race.
Yeah,
I
they go
guess
on
that
the
makes
banking and everything. They go fast
Yeah.
as fuck, boy.
On Michelin's.
I will say it's really funny to me that NASCAR, you just reminded me by talking about the wet weather at Bristol, is like part of the weird stipulation is that Bristol does not fall under the short track package for the next gen car. They literally run like the intermediate everything at Bristol because it doesn't classify as like Phoenix and Martinsville and like all the actual short tracks. It's just really weird.
Yeah, don't they run like a Charlotte tire at
Yep.
Bristol or something?
Yep.
Yeah, something stupid.
It's really dumb, and it's part of why Bristol is so bad with the next gen, is because they just don't classify it as a short track for whatever reason.
Oh, I thought Bristol
That's
was like the
insane.
best short track for the next gen because the races there haven't been bad.
Have we been watching
Yeah,
the
but they
same
haven't
races,
been-
Slabby?
I mean, it's
They haven't
better
been
than Richmond,
good.
better
Okay,
than
okay.
Martinsville.
Well, it's
Those are
because
the
it's
two
fucking Richmond
lowest
A.
bars.
I was about to say.
Just take
I don't
the friggin' downforce out. To make the brakes smaller, make the tires fatter. If you make the brakes smaller, you can put the old wheels on with the fatter tires. It's gonna race better on a short track. But NASCAR wants the big ass brakes for the road courses, and then they have to put these big ass wheels, and then there's only so much space for the tire sidewall.
It is really funny to me too. Like, I think it's just because the Gen 6, like at Bristol, I feel like the Gen 6 at Bristol, I feel like was better than the fucking Gen 4. And that might be heresy to say, but like once they figured it out,
when they got
2018,
2-lane Bristol going, it was kind of hot. Like when you
it
could
was
either
the
rip
best
the
track in
top
NASCAR.
or the
Yes.
bottom. It was some good racing.
I've literally been since 2009. Last year was the first year I didn't go to a Bristol race, and the best Bristol races I've watched with my eyes, 2018 night race where Kurt Busch won, because same thing, you can fucking rip the top or use the bottom lane. They're both perfect. 2020, the night race, I think Kevin Harvick, I'm thinking the one where Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott got pissed at each other. I think whatever that one was like Larson, Chase, and Harvick, like literally we're just ripping around the racetrack the entire time, going like top, bottom, middle, like getting around lap cars, like deep into those runs. Best racing you'll ever watch. Once like the PJ1 kind of got caked off the track, it was literally like the perfect racetrack, and I just wish we could get back to it.
And I know the boomers were always like, oh, I'm at the old Bristol, you had to run the bottom. We have Martinsville. That exists. We already have that one groove bottom line, bump each other out of the way racing. I'm biased because I grew up with it, but having the like double lane Bristol is pretty sick, and I miss short track racing in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I think I would literally be pro next gen if the short tracks race were the shit. Like intermediate's way better. Super speedways, like it's not. It's like comparable. Don't give me that look, Rusty. Tell me, are you watching a next gen Charlotte race, or are you watching a Gen 6 Charlotte race?
I am the biggest
next gen's really good at
fan
Charlotte,
and
actually.
NASCAR fan after running 3,000 miles. I love the next gen car.
Anyway, god damn it, we still have 5 emails to get through.
Oh my god, never mind.
But you go. What do you want?
I was just gonna say shout out to Rusty for putting on Twitter before the Daytona 500 that it was gonna be an instant classic, and we got the worst fucking.
The end sucked. It was good until it wasn't. I said the same thing about the ARCA race because halfway through it was like an all-time ARCA race, and then the end just sucked. But I guess that's super speedway racing. I got a reply on Twitter of someone who said super speedway racing is just one massive cock tease every single year. Yeah. They set all this thing up, they get everyone to the end, they're racing hard, and then they all wreck, and then they don't finish, and then just go home. And someone who you don't care about ends up winning the race. William Byron. Speaking of William Byron, our next email comes in from Max Munsterman. It says, "Good evening, shrimps," with the subject line, "Lego is kind of cool, actually." He says, "My pick for both the Daytona 500 and the championship is Denny Hamlin." Bad news. I truly believe this is his year. My early championship exit is Eric Jones. That's fair. Also, I tried to watch the truck race, but was so frustrated by this wreck fest around lap 50 that I decided I would rather sleep. The race start was at 1:30 a.m. my time. That's based. Ultimately, I want to comment on Rusty's negative tone towards Lego.
Oh!
While the brand itself produces quite a bit of bad sets and most are a bit overpriced, the brakes themselves are super cool.
A bit overpriced.
Other legal brands like Kobe, for example, produce sets like this USS Wisconsin with the same brick system. I own the USS Missouri, which is an older set. I didn't know that. So there's like third-party Lego sets that Max is over here building with like actual like boat replicas. These are pretty sick.
Yeah, Rusty, what's your favorite Transformer, dude?
What? I'm gonna say it. I have fallen into Lego YouTube, and I honestly love it. I like dudes who just build massive detailed cities in their basements. There's this one Austrian dude who just comes in with box loads of Lego parts and he's building out this insane city where like each building has like a full interior with like tons of dudes, and there's all these like replica cars and stuff. I'm on board. Anyway, he says you can buy a newer version with a few extra parts so you can build the one ship of the IO class, and sent me a link. And I do not have that kind of money. It's 200 euros for a Big ass boat.
Jesus.
If you don't think that's cool, I have no idea why.
You
Anyway,
can get like a real deal model kit for like a third as much.
hopefully the Xfinity race and the 500 will be cool. Have a good one. From oh, it says it's from Anton, but your name on your email is Max, so one or the other. I'm just saying, if there's a lot of things on this list, but if I have a good amount of money, I would love to do like a Lego Twitch stream. Just like on like a Sunday night, just pop open a box and just build some shit and chat some shit. I think it'd
That would be
be
based.
I think it'd be top tier.
Dude,
I'll start opening.
when I was a
trading
kid, when I was a kid, there was a Lego set. I think it was official, but I like spazzed out over it when I was a kid. I wanted it more than anything, but it was like, even back then, it was like $150. I don't even know what it would be adjusted for inflation now, but it was like a big, gigantic fucking Star Destroyer from Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was this massive thing.
I had a friend
and
who
was
had
just-
one of those in middle
was like,
school. Some rich kid.
Dude, if I could
So
just have one of
sick.
those.
So sick, and there's so much detail. But I love that there's this sort of new like sort of fan built Lego community where people will use this like, you know, program on your computer where you can like set stuff up with Lego, build it virtually, design it however you want, and then just print out your own instructions, send it out online, and you can just bulk buy the bricks that you need to make these fan builds of like insanely well designed stuff. You know, stuff that Lego wouldn't necessarily chase the licensing for, but some dude online made the instructions of how to make something like that, and you can like not only build that but just come up with shit yourself. I think it's sick. I'd love to. It's just an expensive hobby. I don't have the money for that.
Yeah, I was about to say that's my one qualm with Lego is how fucking expensive it is. Like,
yeah,
I've seen, especially like now that I have to like pay attention to it for my job, is fucking how ungodly expensive these fucking like Lego sets now, especially because we got like the Technic, like we got the motor and everything. Like it's a fucking like
Those are
engineering
sick.
marvel. They're really cool, but they're just so expensive, dude.
I've also fallen into like engineering Lego YouTube, which is a different branch where this dude will like come up with a little course and then he'll design a car like 10 different ways to do the same thing. And
I've
use
seen
like a
those, like, in
whole
the
bunch of
shorts
different
algorithm
like
where the guy like,
dude,
he's
so
literally
sick.
an engineer just doing shit
Yeah.
with like Technic
But-
Lego.
and he'll do the
bullshit.
same thing with like 10 different engineering principles all using Lego. Shit's sick. Anyway, I do recommend Lego YouTube.
It's like
Rusty's
literally using
hater.
like a Lego motor and like a rubber band, and he somehow like, you know, makes like a large Hadron Collider or some shit.
I don't hate Lego. I hate William Byron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a follow-up email. He says, forgot to add, Slap, you are correct. Pilsner Urquell is one of the most delicious beers in existence.
Those
Prost.
Czechs make a good beer.
All right. Bill wrote us an email.
Is this William Byron's burner? Hold on. Is he pissed?
Oh, he's
Hold on.
talking about Black Flags Matter. He says, hey, Shrimps, is that one YouTube guy a total douchebag or just a fucktard who plagiarizes? I'm going to go with the second one.
He's
a
getting
cool
money.
dude.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's getting
Yeah, let
money.
him live. Let him live.
Yeah,
I don't
nobody
know.
left James Somerton alone.
He also stole some of my shit, but he's a good dude in person, so I can't like.
Yeah.
Just don't be mad at the dude.
Yeah.
Just be mad at the effort. All
Unless you
right.
like
What?
nothing.
Are
Go
you-
on.
What
Are
was
mad
that
at him?
reference to?
All right, we got two more emails.
Elaborate.
No. Kyle writes in.
No.
That finish sucked. Too many commercials, but the racing
The
product was a
Wendy's
lot of fun.
commercial. We didn't talk about the
Dude.
Wendy's commercial.
Cody's got to release it. He's been diddling himself for the past 36 hours. He just left after the cup race. He's like, he's got a
You'll see it
gold
on
mine.
Twitter.
No, you
but,
won't. He's not
no,
gonna
he
do
won't.
it.
I don't
do you
know
mean?
what's happened to Cody, but
He's
He won't
dead.
post it.
no.
No, he said he didn't like feel like fucking going through it. I was like, send it to me, Cody. Like, send it to me and I'll do it. And I've heard nothing. It's dead.
Anyway, there's lost footage somewhere of
There's
our
lost
reaction
media.
when they, like with 30 laps to go in the Daytona 500, they put up a Wendy's social video of Jamie Little and
He did did that shit on purpose, dude.
It's a visual
God
gag.
damn it.
Sorry, audio listeners. When Jamie Little and Daniel Suarez are playing golf, and they're like, Wendy's, buy some Wendy's, cool Wendy's.
Piggy bag.
And they're like, all right. And we're like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it's a social video. They're interrupting the 500, but that's fine. And then the Wendy's transition goes. And then it's just an ad. Then it's like, hey, here's the Wendy's dudes buying Wendy's, so-and-so Wendy's. And we're like, come on, man. Wendy's transition goes again. We're like, cool, back to the... And then another Wendy's video comes up. And it's like a 3 in a row Wendy's social video while we're green flag racing. You can just tell they expected more cautions. Because they had all these Wendy's things queued up, and then they had to do the same thing in the Xfinity race, because there was, I'm assuming they bought TV time for the Saturday and the Sunday broadcast, but it was just all on the same night, and just, I don't know. Fox spent so much of the race putting up like social videos on the broadcast, and you know, instead of doing those during pit stops, because they did crank it up pit stops instead of actually putting the pit reporters that they pay to be there. There's a whole lot of things. But Kyle says Daytona's aging, which gives me hope that the racing will soon be cleaner and the races will be more about the driver. However, I have a question.
It has gotten bumpy.
If you had to make the perfect car for the Cup Series to use, what would you do? And I think the consensus
We all have the
is
same
you take
answer.
the Xfinity car, you add power, and that's it. Send it. Done.
Yep.
Done.
I will say, at the plate tracks, we take the Xfinity car. We can give like 525 on the horsepower. Aero ducts on the front. Big ass fucking spoiler, wicker on the back. Send 'em.
Recreate 2021.
We are killing. I shouldn't say that. We are running the field.
We are redacting a driver.
You thought Ryan Preece wrecked it hard last year? Wait until we go fucking 206 in the Xfinity car down the backstretch and they get turned. Dude, Elliott Sadler 03 ain't got shit on like dream NASCAR when they take that fucking Xfinity car and turn it. I know it's never going to happen, but I'm going to keep deluding myself. It would be perfect.
Even on 1.5 miles, even on short tracks, even on road courses. It's just the best. It just is.
Imagine if we put a 900 horsepower unrestricted NASCAR engine in an Xfinity car.
Dude, rip it around like Charlotte topside.
Dude, hitting 210 going into turn 1.
It would sound sick too.
Dude,
imagine the Michigan shot.
Everybody always posts that, what was that, 2013 Jeff Gordon pole night at Charlotte where that thing's just screaming. Imagine that.
We had it so good.
Dude, I'm going to come.
All right. The last email comes in from Mr. Az. And he says, the Daytona 500 was the biggest boner deflator I've ever seen. The racing after the last pit cycle was amazing, and Ross did a fantastic job holding off the field, and I was pulling for him after Truex got caught up in the big one, but then he did the Ross thing and fucked himself and gave the win to Byron in the most anticlimactic way ever.
That was LaJoy's fault.
At least the guy who won the 500 is a consistent front runner and not some guy who wins once and fucks off for the rest of the season. Also, fuck Austin Hill. I concur.
I was going to say, how do you guys feel about a stupid winner? Like, it's a legit driver getting into the playoffs as opposed to...
So that's better.
I like it when someone cool wins, not like a moron, you know? Like instead of like
appreciator.
Austin Cindric and Michael McDowell, like let's get someone cool. Let's get like a David Reagan, you know?
Yeah.
Even not necessarily an open car, like someone who's not unlikable. Even like or Suarez win, but I'm biased in that sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing, like, it's not just the winner, it's that it was like objectively, like both of those wins were fucking Mickey Mouse. Like Michael McDowell just happened to be out front because Brad destroyed Joey Logano.
Michael pushed him through him.
Okay, anyways. Like, he just happened to be out front when the caution came out. Cindric, I forget how he killed Blaney to win the 500.
Yeah.
He walled his teammate.
I'll never forget.
And then last year, I don't even fucking remember who won the Daytona 500.
Stenhouse. I don't remember how.
Yeah, that was it didn't end under green, dude. It was like another caution at the white flag, and Stenhouse just happened to be up front. It's not just the fact that it's like a goofy underdog winner. It's the fact that they didn't like race anybody to the line or they just happened to have the nose when the caution came out. That makes it Mickey Mouse. And Byron's a better winner, but he didn't win it any of a better way. It was still like a completely Mickey Mouse ending. And
the two guys who wrecked the field were side by side when the
rewarded
caution
for
came
it.
out to end the race. Like, and last year, I think 3 out of 4 of the speed weekend races didn't finish, and this year, like, basically 4 of them didn't finish. Xfinity technically did, but that's only because they're stupid. Like, we got 4 out of 4 no finishes. We're at an all-time low.
Yeah, NASCAR's dead.
Is that what we call it?
What are we calling this?
NASCAR sucks. Country and Western is rubbish.
My pick is biased, so if we want to go NASCAR's dead, that works. But I kind of liked iRacing psychological warfare as the title.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Can we just call it psychological warfare?
Yeah, let's do that. Psychological warfare,
All
baby.
right. Thanks for watching episode
iRacing
84.
psychological warfare.
We'll be back. Never. Stay in school. Don't stay in school. Stay in school until the end of high
drop
school.
out. Yeah.
Get a union job.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then make it big on YouTube.
Also, bold prediction: I'll be dead this time next week because of a car in the catchment at Atlanta.
Probably true.